So, hi everyone. I hope you're doing well. I know that I have not been consistent, but I still wanted to share what I got going on for this season, for growing, for this spring growing season, I should say. There goes Kyle and Snap and little Minnie over there. But I wanted to show you this is my tomato and pepper row. This whole thing. They done ran through it as you can see here. So we're working on that. Kyle was doing so good, but when Snap came over, they just got so excited that they were just carrying on. But I have all types of peppers going on. I have Sugar Rush peppers, Paul, what's it? Not Paul Robertson. The big California giant bell peppers, Sugar Rush peach and Sugar Rush red. Excuse me. I have. What are some of the other ones? Could probably show y'all. We have Sweet Rush peach. That's red. What's this one? Serrano, jalapeno. I think these are jalapenos right here. I did like 3 holes with a couple of seeds in each. These are Santa Fe Grande, and this is Ancho Grande. And lastly, we have cayenne. I plan on growing a lot of cayenne. I have cayenne in like little random places as well because I made my own hot sauce last year, my own fermented Louisiana hot sauce, and it was delicious. Get from over there. Over here, this side are all tomatoes that I have growing, sorry. All this side. So we have red burgundies, we have striped. Oh, I'm sorry. That's actually an onion. So I threw some onion seeds down just to see what they do. So this is the Dr. White cheese. This is striped, what do they call it? Striped Roman paste. We have Sun Gold. Sun Gold was a hit for me and my cousin. It was so delicious. We also have Sun Peach. This is Cherokee Purples. Mine grew really well last year. I'm actually using some of the heirloom seeds that I saved last year. San Marzano. Um, this is the Garden Peach tomato, so it's like a peachy color. Um, Black Cherry Tomato. What else we got? That is Mortgage Lifter. This looks like, these are just random peppers that I put down. We also have some Amish paste, some Kellogg breakfast, and that's it for the tomatoes. I also have a ton of stuff in my boxes. So we have cabbages, dill. It's all types of stuff in here, to be honest with y'all. This one is more so my cucumbers. I have cucumbers with carrots going along here. My soil look ashy because I threw fertilizer down. I know that some people say you shouldn't do that. Oh, this is where I put the daikon radishes. And what else is here? We got lemon cucumber. So I'm going to have stakes in the ground around here for those. So these are mostly cucumbers. These are also, I think, cucumbers. So I know I got collard greens over here, but these are eggplants. So these are Black Beauty. I'm going to have Green Knight, Rosa Bianca. I am trying to get them Rosa Biancas to grow. I tried to get some last year. I ain't do nothing. Also, I have the, what's this? Oh, purple Chinese eggplant. And we got some ruby red lettuce that I threw down over here. Actually, I just remembered I have not put my collard green seeds down yet. Or have I? No, I did. Over here is where we have, what did I put down over here? Oh, this is the Copenhagen Market cabbage. And then down this row, we have more cayenne pepper. What's this? Shishito. And I feel like it's something right here, but I can't remember. And then we have white a white vine of kohlrabi. I've never grown kohlrabi, so I'm excited for that. And over here in the cut, we have the red acre cabbage that's going down this row. Back here, I believe it's more like eggplant stuff, but that's pineapple sage that you see. It overwintered, like it really did well over winter. So if you're in 8A and you're looking to have some good, like you want some herbs, that pineapple sage, this is a start that I got from Lowe's, or no, from Home Depot, and it did really well. Um, I have leeks here. What else we got? Did I put a seed down over here? I feel like, oh yeah, I did. I was like, hold up, that don't even sound like me. We got some Hungarian wax peppers. I think I threw down some other peppers too. I just didn't have my little signs down, but I may end up throwing down some more in case I'm making that up. I had randomly found the Hungarian wax paper seeds, so yeah. Here, oh, this is lemon thyme. This is also from a start that that it overwintered. We have Florence fennel all along here. And down here, I got 2 rows of onion. Now, I know a lot of people say you should do your onion seed like in the fall and all that stuff. I just wanted to see what it would do, because sometimes you just never know. It's I think it's Vidalia, and because I'm from Georgia, I know the Vidalia should do okay. So we have Vidalia on that row and yellow Spanish on that one. And I know I threw some seeds down in here. I think these are, I don't know what I put down, but I don't know when they grow. I didn't label those. But I have a lot of herbs and stuff growing too. And I showed y'all the leeks already. We'll get to that in a minute. So you'll see that I have stakes in the ground. So this used to be, last season, this was a bed like this one. I did not tend to it, but the soil was it's still very malleable. So I put down seeds the first like 3 or 4 bamboo poles, and I just did that so I know where I put seeds, to keep my eye out for what happens. I mean, stuff grows from the ground, right? So y'all see Minnie, she's waiting for my neighbor's dog to come out. They be talking trash through the door. Anyway, you would swear it was beefing, but she be waiting on her, okay? Um, but so these are peppers. I actually put some ginger up here, because I do, even though I use mostly, you know, raised beds and all, and I have this, I'll explain how I set up the peppers and tomatoes in a minute. But I still am very much so a believer in permaculture and you know, giving back to the earth by putting seeds in the ground. I think as I've become more informed, I've been able to understand better how we are actually doing our part, not by messing up the soil structure, but by allowing growth, right? Because that moves energy throughout the planet, and it also helps in other ways in terms of how we live, and just keeps it healthy. Like, it's not supposed to be stagnant, right? So it's good that we work the earth, so to speak. These are the woods behind my house. I've gotten a lot of great leaves. But that's a whole other thing. I feel like I inherently have really great soil because of these woods between back here. As many people know, like when you have woods like this, the soil is being built naturally. And so it's been a great model for me to to be able to pay attention to how things grow in those woods untended, to help me understand like my own gardening style. So neither here nor there, but also I plan on hopping that fence at some point to get some leaves for my big mulch pile that I'm eventually gonna, as the mulch pile gets a little smaller, I'm gonna make that into compost. Right now I just dig into it and put scraps in there so that the greenhouse effect will happen and break things down, but that is essentially what's happening over there. But we'll talk about that in a minute. Anyway, so here it's not labeled, but I did put some old ginger that I had in the house down. I figured it couldn't hurt. But these are mostly peppers, these first three or four. And then I just threw some tomato seeds down here. I didn't throw that dog poop down. I gotta clean up my yard a little bit. I throw my dog poop over the fence. I know I ain't the only one. Like, my dogs are part of nature, and I do believe that they contribute to the environment, but we don't need that dog poop. Here is my corn patch. This is what they call that, peaches and cream corn mostly, and the early bantam that they sell, the seeds that they sell in Home Depot. I just wanted to see how they would do here. I know that they say that corn needs to be like a certain amount apart and all this stuff, but I just wanted to see what it would look like for me to do like a mini Three Sisters garden. So it's corn, there's some squash seeds, and there's beans, mostly striker and jade. I didn't put any pigeon peas over here. I got pigeon peas and stuff planted all throughout. So needless to say, I won't be weeding until I start seeing more growth. But yeah, so this is a mini Three Sisters section. If you don't know, they call it Three Sisters Garden. Corn, squash, and beans because they grow very well together. Squash grows, it creates really great shade for the roots, for the soil, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So there we go. I do plan on growing my squash. Um, I guess you could say like in succession. I'm doing succession planting. So I have the squash seeds that I have down like here. I think I actually do have some in there now that I'm thinking about it, somewhere in there. But the big thing for me was making sure that if the vine borer comes by July, I could put more seed down and extend my and get the most out of my growing season, because I really want to get a good bit of squash for canning and to eat, etc. So this is a tree that got cut. I had a huge pine tree over here. Now, what they did was they only chopped the branches of the tree. They mulched that part. So over here, like when I dig and I put mulch on my garden beds, it's so luscious looking in there. My mom told me I should throw some seeds down to see what would happen. So over here, I have a couple of like tomato and old peppers that I needed to throw out. So I just dug a hole and put them in there just to see if they grow. And then at the base over here, I got a couple of squashes. That's why I have that little tab there, that little plant tag, to see what would happen when if the squashes come up, which I believe they will, but I'll be excited to see what they do. These are my fruit trees. So I actually just put this in the ground and it's doing so well. It hasn't, it almost seems like nothing happened. I try to make sure that the soil I had in the pot, I incorporated that in the dirt, and I also mulched it inside the hole. I also put compost and some fertilizers as well to kind of give it that extra boost. I watered it, and again, you see mulch from my pile over here. So my bad. This is a multi-pear tree. So different branches are different pears. We have Bartlett, Flemish. We also have Seckel, and I think that's it. Yeah. So Bartlett, Flemish, and Seckel, those are the pears that grow on that tree. Here is it a plum? No, this is a pear tree as well. This is just this is a Bosc pear tree. That's what this is. I wanted a Bosc, so I got a Bosc and I put it. This has been in the ground for about one growing season now, doing quite well. It's a little the trunk is a little thin, but it's still very strong. It has stood up to the cold winter and all of that, so it's been doing really well. So cute. I love my fruit trees. I'm attached. This is a plum tree. This is I think a Methley plum. Did I take the plant tag off of this one? Yeah, I think I did. So last year, aphids was out of control. I used the peppermint Bronner liquid soap, diluted it in a pail, and just ran it all around my tree on the leaves. That took care of the aphids. and it has been booming ever since. It hasn't given me fruit, but I feel like looking at the growth of it, it's going to. I'll give it another year or two. We'll see. But I'm patient, so I'm excited for that. This is a Meyer lemon. We're gonna see if it if it survived. I had it in a pot and it was not pleased. But I may get some more citrus to put, but I just want to see if I feel like the roots were healthy, so we'll see. And then this is a nectarine. And the nectarine actually has fruits that's coming on. I got most of my trees, to be honest, from Isons. The citrus I got from a nursery in Tallahassee. So when I go back down, I said I want to get some more because they had some really good citrus trees down there that it did well. I was just negligent. This is my lemon balm. It needs some water and a couple of mints. And I put some watermelon over here. Now I know they're a little close because it's like I did like 2 holes for each. I may extend this a little more. My AC unit is there, but whatever. But yeah, I just wanted to see how they do. You see that little hole? That's for my dog Kyle, and I'm trying to get on him about it. Whew. Sorry, I gotta use the restroom, but it's okay. And this is a peach tree that I got from Sprouts. Sprouts had them for like $15. And look at that. I am putting it in the ground because it's rooted. So I got to dig it up. And I'm going to put it somewhere over here. If y'all have any ideas. I mean, I got space. But I also I don't know. I'm just deciding like where I want it. Because at some point I may get a shed. And I want to make sure I give myself plenty of space. I need to get the ground graded as well, my backyard graded as well. Like I may get some soil. I don't know yet. I may just let it do what it do. Cause how you gonna do like a permaculture situation and you trying to make things even? Like ain't nothing pretty about gardening and growing food and stuff. So I may leave it be, but I just want to make sure I put this peach tree in a good spot. I'm thinking closer to the fence back here, not all the way to the fence because I don't want there's no one living in the house next door right now, but I don't want no problem with a neighbor being like, oh, like cutting my peach tree and stuff. Like, don't touch it. Because this right here, this my baby. You feel me? That's my baby right here. You see that? You see that gorgeous tree? And like I said, $15 from Sprouts. And I put it in that pot. And I gave it some good soil. I loved on it a bit. Gave it some pruning. And it took off. So, yeah, I don't play that. I don't play my babies. This is another Meyer lemon that I deeply neglected. I wasn't paying attention to the fact that there weren't holes in this pot. So it was getting waterlogged. And we know citrus don't like wet feed. So even though I believe that most of this is dead, at the same time, for me to learn, I wanted to make sure I gave myself an opportunity to see how the tree responded, very similarly to the one that's over here. Let me see. That little stick that's coming out the ground. I want to see if it'll recover because sometimes we're so quick to rush and get rid of stuff. We don't realize that those roots are still alive. And that's helpful to know, in my opinion, for, I'm not like a serious prepper, but I think that sometimes we need to know how to cultivate, and really be able to assess. And so this is my way of learning, are these root systems able to produce a new tree from, Snap, get from over there. Y'all see that? Look at her. Get from over there. Go find some business. Do not go around. Go around. Around. Because they know what it means. She sure do, because my baby's smart. That's my daddy baby. I'm pet sitting for the week. But she my baby too. Go lay down and go relax that leg. She messed up her ACL, so. But you can't tell her nothing. Hold on, let me fix her brace, y'all. Sorry. I'll put on your collar so you can get a little bit more support, and this one keeps sliding. Come on. There you go. Go relax. Some sun will do you good. Go lay down. Go relax. Lay down. Sorry, y'all. Look at her. She's so good. She's such a good girl. So that's pretty much that with the citrus. Like I was saying, I just want to see what I learned from what I perceive to be healthy roots and see if anything good will come of this. I have a Eureka lemon that's in the front. I'll show that to y'all another time. I'll do a short. I grew that from seed and I'm excited about it. So we'll see. And I can't compare it to the tree sizes you see here because it's not even hardened off yet. But I say it's about 2 feet tall from seed. And I started that from last year sometime, and it's got leaves and everything, thorns and all that. So you can't tell me nah. These are my grow bags. As you can see, like I said, the dogs got excited when they saw each other. So those two got bit up a little bit, but the first one is supposed to be lemon basil. Okay, girl. And then this one, look at her. Look at her. Ain't she a mess? I am. You can't tell him like, hey, me too. I also have ashwagandha, arnica, mullein, and oh, thank you so much for that. Bless you. God bless you, baby. There's another. Is it? It's not St. John's. It's what's this one? It was lemon basil. Oh, Tulsi, holy basil. I really want to get this Tulsi to grow. I really want it to grow because I've heard it's really good for you. Ashwagandha is amazing. You just got to be careful because it will get you pregnant. And I mean that for both sides, for both men and women. It increases, in case you don't know, ashwagandha, besides its effects on if you deal with seasonal affective disorder, if you find, or basically if you find that you're a little, like you might get a little depressed with the season change, ashwagandha is great to take, but it's also adaptogenic, meaning that it will help balance out what's going on in your body if you have any kind of hormonal imbalance. Just do your research on adaptogens. I am not a medical professional. Do not take my word for it. What I say is not word. What I say is not bond. Okay, please, let's all be intelligent about it and do our go-go's. But it's ashwagandha, arnica. Arnica is great for inflammation. So I used to take dance classes, and I did pole, and we used arnica gel, and you can use the gel, and you can also use the pill. And it's great for inflammation. It's great for keeping bruising from happening. Y'all, please don't mind this. It's old wedding hair. Why black folks always do that? When we know we look a mess, we gonna get ahead of it. We gonna get ahead of it. Like, yeah, like, I know you see it. That's because we can be ridiculous. Ain't nobody judging me. I'm in this garden. I'm outside, okay? Anyway, but that last one was mullein. Mullein great for respiratory stuff. So, like, I'm not a smoker no more. But I do enjoy, and I ain't talking about cigarettes either. Let's just be clear. But if you do smoke cigarettes, or if you like myself, I enjoy the occasional cigar with my dad or when I'm out here in the garden. It's just great for your respiratory, for your lung health, allegedly. Again, I'm not a medical professional. But if that is something, if what do they call it? Curio. If you would like to grow it as a curio, you can. Just do your research and make sure it doesn't have properties that interact with your medications. But I usually I've been keeping it in the house. I bought it off Etsy and I found it to be very helpful. So yeah, that's my garden right now. Oh, there's a little section where I threw some corn seed down, but we ain't gotta worry about that. I'll do another tour. The area, let's see if I can show y'all. This area where the tree was cut, I brought some mulch over, even though there's plenty of pine straw and stuff. I brought some mulch over to build the soil over there because eventually I'm gonna get some like regular, like the what they call Vega, whatever they call them, garden beds. I said I was gonna get some and put some over there as well because I was like, I want the dogs to have space to run. That's important to me. I love my babies. I also want to make sure that I'm using the space I have. So over there by the fence, I was like, I could put some garden beds. It gets really great sun over there. And yeah, I can just maximize my space. Especially because I know my friends, and I know that as I get fruit and things grow, and I have a canner now, they gonna want some. And part of the reason I'm growing even to the extent that I am is to share. Like, that's what we do it for. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we do it for ourselves and it's great for our mental health and all of that. But oh, sorry y'all. What am I doing? I don't know. My bad. I thought I was zooming out and it zoomed me in. My bad. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing. So this spring 2024, we got a lot going. Y'all, I just need y'all to reach out and touch because I want everything to grow. I don't know, they'd be like, that's not realistic. But I want it to grow. I want it. I do have a couple of I got some honeydew. So I eat honeydew and I love cantaloupe. I love all the things. The only things, and I have okra in the ground. That's what it is. I got okra thrown around some in here somewhere. I got mother. I know I'm all over the place, but I got okra, the motherland okra from Humble Servants Homestead a long time ago, and I grew like 2 plants, and I saved everything I could because I don't eat okra like that. I don't really like okra, but I'll grow it. I'll grow, and I believe it or not, I do like okra water, which is great for women, by the way. Just saying. If you're wondering what it's good for, Googling. But even besides that, it's just good for like our system in general, in my opinion. But you should look it up. But yeah, so I wanted to also, because it is Motherland Okra and because of the story of Motherland Okra, I wanted to do my part as, part of the diaspora and keep those seeds alive, maintain heirloom component. Can't be an heirloom if it's not around. You can't, who you passing it on to? You feel me? So my niece will be here for a month this summer, and that'll be in July. So I should be having a lot of good fruits. And one of our projects will be canning. So, excuse me. So that's a big part of what I'm trying to do is, get stuff going. I'm thinking about that little area that I was telling y'all about where I was going to put them garden beds. I'm thinking about just putting a couple of, like, some layers of dirt. Since I got some cardboard in the house, and I could just throw some compost and some soil and just throw them honeydew melon seeds. And the reason I brought up the motherland okra was because I talked about the honeydew. My grandmother passed away last September. Well, no, I'm lying. She passed, we had her night on her birthday, so she passed in August. She passed away in August. If you wonder what a night is, it's a Jamaican tradition. We took her body back to Jamaica, and we have like this party. It's traditionally 9 days before the funeral, but most people do it the day before, and you stay up until the next day for the morning of the funeral. But why did I bring that up? I brought up her night for some reason, but my grandmother passed away last year. Those extra details are just not important, but that's still my girl, so I'm gonna talk about her, okay? Blessed to have a grandmother for 90 years, okay? But she loves melon, and I do too. So I want to get some honeydew growing, some honeydew and some cantaloupe, and to keep those seeds, because one of my biggest goals, this is part of it, one of my biggest goals was for my grandmother to eat something that I grew from my garden. And she did. My aunt had made her, I had brought over to my aunt's house a whole bunch of tomato, some cabbage. I had this really beautiful cocozelle squash that grew. I also had a melon. I don't think she ate the melon. She got to eat some of the other stuff. I don't think she got to eat the honeydew, which was okay. It was okay because she did eat something from my garden. But even having that privilege of her eating something that I grew with my own hands and with my love, I just wanted to make sure that I grew stuff. I continue to grow stuff that I know she enjoys. So honeydew is something she really enjoys. And like I said, and that's a shared quality. Also, my niece, her great granddaughter, who had a beautiful relationship with her, also loves melons. So I'm excited for me to get those in the ground and hopefully have those harvested by July. If not, then I can always bring it down to Florida on Labor Day weekend. But that's for us, trying to keep those traditions alive and going, and having those. It's funny how, like, we stay connected in our actions. Like, my niece spending time with me in the garden and intentionally growing honeydew, and her being able to know that I'm growing not just honeydew, but I'm also growing callaloo, which is a Jamaican, like a spinach that we eat in Jamaica. We eat that like for breakfast. We usually eat that with a fish. Those things remind her of what she comes from. So that's important to me. Also, I live in my childhood home, and we're renovating that, and this is part of, this is a legacy that will go to my niece. So there's a beauty in being able to tell the story and my niece can always remember my great grandma. Me and Nana always loved eating our honeydew together. She was very close to my grandma. We all, and I have stories of how people would look at us crazy because I like cantaloupe with what do you call that, not with cottage cheese, and I get that from my grandmother. And passing that along, so she always will be able to have honeydew, and that be special, and she think of her Nana. She can eat callaloo from the garden and know that, and think of her Nana and her grandmother's Jamaican, and of course her TT and her mom. That is our heritage as well. And so I'm excited for this being another year, because the first time you do something, it's the first time. After the first time, it becomes a tradition. So I'm able to do that. And I remember watching a video from Broke Farmer, where one of the guests he had on there was talking about how she films herself for when her children watch. I think she's also from Georgia, actually, so I can't think of her name. So please, my apologies for not remembering your name at this time. I think, is it like Peach something? I wish I could remember your name right now, but it's okay. But one thing that she said that was impactful was, she was like, those videos will be there and her kids will be able to watch it. You know what I mean? And so if there's ever like, whether it be a comfort thing, or even if I could be alive and well and my niece living her life, and she might be like, let me go see what TT grew over there, or what tree that was, because if I call her, she gonna say, go check my video. I ain't got time for that. No, I'm just being silly. But if I'm not sure, or she's not sure, and she's like, you remember that one year, then she'll be able to look at spring 2024 and say, oh, that was Dr. White cheese that we was eating, or that was a methley plum. That was from the methley plum tree that you got in the backyard. So yeah, I'm looking at the fact that I can feed myself, my loved ones, my cousin, one of my cousins, she loves the sun golds. And these are stories that we could tell. I could say, oh, my cousin, Meat, I plant these sun golds because I love them, but she loves eating them after the sun's been on them for a while. She loves them warm from the sun, and I think there's healing in that. So I'm gonna grow it. Okay, there's something about it. There's something in it. Amen. Amen. So that's pretty much where I'm at with it. Like, if I can grow food that is healing and is helpful, and it reminds us how to feed ourselves and take care of ourselves, but also connects us to the earth, I'm a Zoe, period. So next thing is, one of the projects that I'll be working on this summer, I have a water source in the front of the house, and for some reason on the side. Now, older houses, they would have the water hose, like a water connection by like the electrical and your phone box, because like our Bell South phone box is still on the side of the house. That's okay. This home for real. But I don't want to use the water over there by the electric box. It's fine, but it's too far and it's doing too much. So I'm gonna try to get a water source put out here. There used to be one, And I think, I don't know if the property manager, I don't know if it was the property manager or the residents. We let the residents have have a little leeway with doing stuff with the house. Um, but I think they capped the water because of that deck. This little deck you see right here. So I'm gonna get my contractor and my plumber to take a look, a deeper look, and see how we can get the water routed to back here so that it's not so taxing to water, because I was watering by hand. I was going to the front, walking around the back with these 5 gallon buckets, and I would fill this up, and I would fill up my water, and I would water my plants. But I really want my watermelon to grow, and it's not sustainable for me to water like every other day like that. Like, watering by hand with a hose is one thing. Watering by hand by pulling them buckets around, I know that's how we used to do it, but baby, it me. Okay, shoot, I'm almost 40, even though still strong, healthy. So I ain't gonna say too much on that because I'm good. But yeah. Also, I plan to get one of those big water totes, those like food grade totes. There's a place over not too far away from here. They have those totes. They're like, I've seen anywhere from like 150 to 250. So the whole idea is for me to use it as a water catchment system to connect. So I want to outfit my gutter. My gutter's in the front though. I only This house, the way it's built, they built it smart. I only have one gutter, and that's the one that's on top of my garage. Literally, that's the only gutter I have. So I want to get the attachment where you can, where you put you retrofit it to the attachment, and then you put your hose in, and then you connect your hose to the big old PVC, whatever they call it, tote, so that the water. I'm sorry, I don't like having dry lips. Mm, I'm okay. So that the water will funnel its way into the tote. So I'll have that as well. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna try to get that done before it get too hot, but I can't make no promises because we also are doing some other renovations. So that is my spring 2024 garden. I'm excited. A few other things that I believe I am going to try to be better about is getting up early to get out in the garden to do my watering and all that. I love coming out here anyway, but trying to do chores in the Georgia heat, child, ain't enough water. Ain't enough. But I do what I have to do, but it's going to be me trying to get up early or do my watering in the evening. One or the other. I also have quite a bit of mosquitoes. I just bought like 500 citronella seeds that I plan to just scatter throughout my yard. I know there's people who say that that does not work. We gonna see. We gonna see. Okay, we gonna see. There's some people who say that it works. That having citronella plants throughout your yard works. So my whole thing was, I'm gonna treat the citronella like it's grass. Grow it, like throw it throughout the yard, and just mow it like it's grass so that it'll grow back. And I'll let it spread. I don't mind. It smells delicious, and as long as it look good, we all right. So I want that to help deter the mosquitoes that we get back here. So we gonna see. We are going to see. I think the main reason we have the mosquitoes is because of those woods. Like when it rains, there's a lot of leaves and stuff back there, which is a great thing, but it attracts mosquitoes. So my sister calling me, but I'm gonna have to call her back. So that's pretty much it. So there's a couple of things I plan to do. I'll try to post some updates when I can. I'm gonna try to participate because I'll be watching the playbacks. Like I'll be watching Broke Farmer, Yellow Door. I've been picking back up on like watching like Yellow Door Homestead, Lead Farmer, Homestead Heart. Sunday Backyard Farmer. what's the guy's name is Q. He do the like boom, or he goes peace out. But he be getting that, like I'll be like, yeah, it's every time. But yeah, I watch all them. Is it Turf Therapy? I actually put my homeboy on the Turf Therapy because he's a yard guy. He is a grass man, okay? So, so yeah, I just want also to those people, thank you, because everything that you put out there, I'll be watching, and it has helped me develop my own idea and style, and it's helped connect some dots that maybe I didn't have before when it came to gardening. So I just want to express my gratitude if you ever see this. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I wish you all well, and I'll see y'all throughout this growing season. Happy growing. Do I know how to turn this off? Great question.